Bale nung una po is nag-try po ako ng online loan na app. Nung una po is good naman siya, pero worse po siya ng naghahanap po ako ng alternative na pwedeng hiraman online. Nagpunta po ako sa Google app and then nakita ko po yung tala.
Right now, I'm holding the head of a camel, a crucial ingredient for one of the most shocking foods you will find in the country of Morocco. Today, I'm on a mission to uncover extreme Muslim food. It looks insane. Foods that follow Islamic dietary laws but are so rare and so unusual, you won't find them anywhere else in the world. This one's very big. This cow must have been a heavy drinker, or at least used ketamine. And by the end of this video, I'll be coming head to head. Holy cow. With a camel head.
Always when they sacrifice, the head is sold.
But first, an outlandish Moroccan breakfast featuring this, a special dried beef suspended in pure beef fat. The recipe, which takes days to complete, comes from Fez, a 1,200-year-old city and the cultural capital of Morocco. All right, folks, right here we have a whole truck full of these halved cows that are coming into this factory now. They're a crucial part of today's very unique Moroccan breakfast. This is a 155-year-old family-run business specializing in classic Moroccan artisanal treats and khlé. This is an ancient, iconic food of Morocco, and it starts with thousands of pounds of beef here in this factory. Let's get started. Once the meat passes the quality check, it's moved to the butchering room. The fat is trimmed from the meat and set aside for their use. What really makes this dish unique is the interplay between meat and fat. Right now they're dividing up those two macronutrients on this table, and the meat is cut into strips like this, what you see here. Boom. Take up. He does it real quick. With our meat in hand, it's time for a little seasoning. A secret family blend that they will not tell me. What I can say is this recipe typically includes the use of cumin, coriander seeds, paprika, garlic, salt, and pepper. Once coated, the beef is sent to the rooftop for the next crucial step. What I love about this factory is that it's impossible to not include the traditional step of drying the meat outdoors in the sun. Up here, there are over 1,000 pounds of beef that have been drying. This is the final result. Let's see what happens when we take one off. You can see the texture here. I want to see if it snaps. What's it do? Yeah, it's kind of dry, kind of gummy. The best part is this is not the end product. There's still another crucial step, and that is bringing the fat back in to the recipe. Remember that fat we trimmed earlier? It gets rendered down in a massive vat, creating a rich base where that dried beef is submerged. And we have reached the final step of the khlé making process. This is where the fat and the protein reunite. So the beef is going to cook for 3 hours. What's amazing is that this is obviously a very ancient traditional recipe, but somehow we're in this factory where they're recreating this product on a massive scale because the demand for it is just that high. It looks insane. It looks like big thick pieces of rope. After packaging and cooling, the fat encases the meat, forming a protective barrier that locks out air and moisture, effectively preserving the meat for up to 2 years. These days, you can find this food all over Morocco, creeping its way onto breakfast plates throughout the country, like at the restaurant where I'm headed to next. Najat, this morning I went to a khlé factory.
Khlé factory.
Oh, I went to a khlé factory.
Bravo.
Thank you. Well, it turns out that's a star ingredient in our dish right here. Melt the clay fat in a pan over medium heat. Cut the clay meat into bite-sized pieces and add them to the pan, letting them soak up that rich beefy flavor. Add even more fat, then crack in some eggs. I think we have 2 dozen eggs here. There's a lot of eggs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's minimum 6 eggs here.
Now stir gently, letting the eggs mix with the fat and meat, creating a savory omelet, absolutely dripping with grease.
That has to be amazing. We gotta just try it.
Transfer everything to a plate, don't forget the fat, and toss some of that class local bread on the side.
You take a piece of bread, it should be cut with hands. And then, look, this is a technique.
Oh.
And then you do like this, your fingers don't even touch, you know?
Well, so my thumb is doing an alley-oop. I've got some oil, I've got the egg, I've got the meat. Is the meat going to be tough? Last time I touched it, it was like a rope. Dining with me, celebrity chef Najat, who years ago hosted none other than Gordon Ramsay. I love how it tastes. The fat has gotten in there between the muscle fibers and it's created this unique texture of something that's partially chewy and partially full of fat and soft. I've lived in Vietnam long enough, a place where people love chewy food, that I've come to appreciate that texture, not just like Americans who like everything soft.
I think if you are able to eat just a quarter, you will feel very strong and you will feel happy and you have the fat, eggs, which is very important for human beings, correct?
That's right. I'm going at it. I like it. It's really addictive.
No, it's very
It's
nice.
better than just eggs. It's better than any single component here alone. They work together like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right, I want to talk about something else. When I go to Muslim countries where people are eating all halal, you generally don't find that many bizarre foods. In doing research for this country, I did find there were many foods that, even though they are halal, still I would categorize as kind of bizarre.
Yes, sir. I have a lovely camel head with the tongue and everything, with the eyes, waiting for us.
Would this be considered bizarre, especially to some younger folks here in Morocco?
Yes, sir.
Camel, while not as common as beef or lamb, remains a cherished delicacy in Morocco. It's often enjoyed in the form of a burger patty or sausage, but eating the whole head? Well, that's for those who have completely lost their minds. Holy cow. Yeah. I don't know what I was expecting, but this is a big camel.
Second wallet, Palawan Pay. Maaasahan. Anytime, anywhere. Download na!
YouTube doesn't like stuff like this, but this is food.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
With respect.
And respectfully, I want to give it a little bit of a sniff.
Smell animal.
Yeah, it still smells like a camel pasture. It's heavy, by the way. This is like a 20-pound head. How common is it to eat the head versus the meat?
Always when they sacrifice, the head is sold.
Najat, let's do it.
Let's go.
Can I get a takeaway bag or perhaps a small crate? Najat is headed to a restaurant to whip up a mysterious meatloaf made from camel spleen. Meanwhile, I'm handling the camel head, starting its transformation into something resembling food by first singeing off its hair. All right, folks, we have our camel head right here, and we have come to a communal oven. Right down here is the oven, and the guy who's anxiously anticipating my camel head. Here's the problem. Everybody in the neighborhood here comes to get their bread baked, but going in that same oven is this right here. How is it going to affect the taste of the bread? I'm not going to stick around to find out. Here we go. Here's the camel head. Oh, he just grabs it right by the head, and he's going to go straight into the oven with it, and he shoves it deep inside into the flame. So far, it smells a bit, but it's not overwhelming yet. I'm told it's going to take 30 minutes to burn all the way off, and then we go on to the next step. That is a big and unruly camel head. This is going to be a long process. While waiting for the fire to do its job, I'm heading deeper into the Medina in search of more bizarre bites. This place is a maze of narrow streets packed with lively markets, historic architecture, and countless food offerings. And while skewers are a popular choice, the ones this shop serves may startle you. Guys, feast your eyes on that. That, my friends, is a cow heart. And this. I want you guys to...
Đấy. Đấy. Wait lang guys, may gagawin lang kami saglit. Wait lang. Hello guys! Sorry for waiting me. Ah, nagtulak kami ng sasakyan. Na-stop yung pagkain ko.
To guess what that is. This is the kidney of the cow. And look, this one's very big. This cow must have been a heavy drinker, or at least used ketamine. From here, he's going to start slicing the organs, and that's going to hit the charcoal, and we're going to get a second breakfast. Take a look right here. This guy makes quick work of these frozen kidneys. It actually is a lot easier to cut a kidney when it's kind of semi-frozen like this. Thank you. Very nice guy. Great hospitality. Here's what I love about his shop. He has seating here for about 3 people, but then inside there's seating for maybe 6 more. Not a lot of people at one time. You gotta turn tables, turn them and burn them, get people fed and get them out, right? Thank you. Once the heart and kidneys are chopped up, they're skewered, then grilled over hot charcoal. Chef Alarbi has 44 years of experience on the grill. In this time, literally millions have passed in front of his shop, taking in the aroma of cooked meats. After the skewers leave the heat, he sprinkles the lot with his personal spice mix. And finally, my carnivore diet is ready to begin. Folks, we have our second breakfast right here, and I've got Alarbi looking over me like a guardian angel. The vibe of the Medina is wild. We are in just this narrow alleyway here. Actually, if you look just across, this guy is selling bread on a short table. This woman right here, she has a couple of breads that she's selling, including these little pancakes. A pancake known as bouglère. The pronunciation's kind of tough with some of these Arabic words. We're going to start with my favorite animal organ, and that is the heart. I don't care if it's a chicken or a cow. This is an animal organ I absolutely adore. I'm going to use this as little bread gloves. Rip off a piece, use that to grip it and rip it. It's cooled down a little bit, but it's a nice texture and it's a very nice flavor. The 2 most distinct flavors are chili powder, because it's a little bit spicy, and cumin. Here's what cumin is. Get your taco seasoning, that Ortega pouch, rip it open, and that really present smell in there, that's cumin. It's a very solid piece of meat. It's fatty, and there's a lot of flavor. Actually, it does make sense to pair this one with a little bit of bread, just to cut down the richness a bit. I like it. Moving on to meat, our next meat right here, the kidney. And if I'm honest, kidneys are not my favorite. When I think kidneys, I think of that time I was with the Toga tribe in Tanzania, and they made me raw. Grab it with some bread gloves, peel it off, and let's throw back some kidney. Oh yeah. It's good. A strong flavor of cumin. Usually the organs, they can be gamey, there can be a lot of minerality, but they're pretty neutral actually. I'm a big cumin fan. If you are not a fan of cumin, you will not like this, but you also won't like a lot of other Moroccan dishes, because cumin plays a heavy part in seasoning food here. Wagon guy. Cart man. Now, back to the camel head. With its hair removed, I bring it to a reluctant butcher, who, for only 20 bucks, attempts to scrape off any remaining hair scraps before absolutely pulverizing the cranium into unrecognizable head chunks. In the meantime, I'm heading up the street and down an alley to try a delicacy from the Sahara Desert that few locals have even heard of. We have come to our next destination. This is my guy, Adil Aidon, pound it. So, if you walk up to this cart and look at the sign, it will say steamed meats, but that only tells part of the story. The rest remains in here. In here you will see some very unique cuts of the cow. Now, you might have thought the heart or the kidney was unusual, but wait till you see what we've got in here. Starting with this. This is a pretty easily identifiable piece of meat. Look at how soft and steamy that thing is. This is a cow tongue. Glorious. But the tongue is just the warm-up. This is what I'm really excited for. That right there is the cow's udder. These are the mammary glands of the cow. So that is going to be part of our next meal. Also, their soup. Let's go. When an order comes in, he chops the tender meat into bite-sized pieces and plates them up. The meat gets a sprinkle of cumin, salt, and chili powder for a bold kick of flavor. And to keep up with tradition, the organs are served alongside a soup made of legumes and tomatoes, some sweets on the side, and that old familiar bread. Right here we have our adventurous lunch before me. First, soup. This looks delicious. It looks thick, hearty, heartwarming, especially on a cool day like this in Morocco. I'm gonna work my way up to the cow udder. But first we have the cow tongue, and then right here, the cow cheek. The cheek is one of the most prized parts of the cow. As with many of the foods here, you got to get some bread gloves, grab a big load of meat, and push it on with your thumb. That is delicious and heavy. If this got steamed a little bit longer, it would be too long. This is almost becoming a paste. It is so soft. It's almost breaking down into nothing. And then we have this right here. This is the tongue of the cow. Here we got bigger, broader, more distinct chunks. This really looks delicious. Now, what's interesting about this place is you can either get the meat cut up on a plate like this, or you can have them jam it into a sandwich for you, but I've gone with the meat on the plate option. That's delicious. Oh, the texture is awesome. And then there's just one meat remaining. Take a look at that. This is the cow udder. It is a strange interconnected maze of tissues meant to create and distribute milk out the nipples. I'm gonna try to rip it in half just to show you how soft and tender it's gotten. Now compare that to the texture of the udder that we ate in Thailand, which was kind of tough and stretchy. This is gonna be a completely different experience, so let's go for it. What? A little bit spongy, but it's been steamed so long, the tissues are really just almost falling apart. Wow. And there's a crap load of salt on there too. It's broken down, it's soft, but the texture is unlike anything I've had before. As you break it open, it just looks slightly bizarre. But as you eat it, it's very soft and it's fairly indistinguishable from the cow cheek, for example. When I ate this in Thailand, it was kind of milky. It had a dairy aftertaste to it. But here, there's none of that. Well, it really just tastes like salt and cumin, because that's what they put on here. I like it. This is something new. This is also going to be our final taste of cow, because now we're graduating up to the camel. The camel head, now broken down, heads to its final stop, Najat's restaurant. First, she seals her traditional steamer with flour paste to direct the heat to the top. The head goes in one terrifying piece at a time. After adding salt, Najat places the lid on top. Once fully braised, she plates up the camel head and serves it along with salt, cumin, and paprika. At last, our ultimate bizarre Moroccan dinner can begin. Najat, you've outdone yourself. Moments ago, I was holding the whole head of a camel in my hands, and now I'm kind of blown away by what I'm seeing here. It's like a big pile of bones and skin and meat. What a glow up. But we're not going to start with this. Instead, we're going to start with this. The spleen.
And inside is a planet.
Whether it's your spleen or that of the camel, this organ is in charge of filtering and recycling blood. It has a nice sheen on it, like it's just been rubbed down with baby oil.
Well, baby oil, I could make a joke, but I'm gonna keep it.
It turns out it can also be used as a sausage-like casing after being stuffed with ground camel meat, olives, and spices.
The next move is, if you allow me, to make a little sandwich for you with my hands.
Please. So you split the bread in half. Ooh, and then you attack it from an angle.
Yes, sir. I will remove the fat if you don't mind.
Will you make some for yourself too?
I will, chef. I call you chef, yeah?
More of a mid-tier YouTuber.
You are a human being who show the job that we do.
I've got my spleen, I've got my salad.
A little bit spicy if you like. And then you just eat it.
Oh, wow. That is remarkable. There's so much flavor. I can't believe how juicy and delicious this turned out.
I like it.
Completely not what I expected.
You know, Morocco is a country of color, flavors, and lovely hearts.
It's almost like a processed meat loaf in a way that has this uniform texture.
See? Yes.
A big piece of bologna or something like that. For me, it's very garlicky. There's cumin, tons of animal fat.
Garlic is one of the most beautiful probiotics that we need to put into our system.
Well, my wife doesn't like it if I eat it raw.
Listen, I have a chewing gum. What can I say?
In a moment, we're going to try the camel. But first, I want to learn a little bit more about you. You grew up in Spain.
I live in San Sebastian, born in San Sebastian.
Until what age?
My whole life, my parents live there, my brothers live there.
What's drawn you to Morocco?
The power of the universe. My parents every summer bring me to fairs. I had to walk barefoot. I would pick up oranges and mint and lovely, wonderful vegetables. Those are the flavors and the aromas that they are inside of me.
So when you were younger, did you ever have camel head?
A head, no, until I was more than 16.
I think we should give it a shot. I'm looking at it. Look, you can see this is teeth, and you can see the insane texture of the inner cheek.
How about this one?
Well, this looks nice too, right here. This is a giant piece of, I think, the bottom bone, and the meat seems to kind of peel right off of it. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of salt. Cheers.
It's like you go to a petrol station and you buy.
Jerky?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is softer than jerky. What's resounding about this is it was put into the communal oven that imbued this smoky flavor onto it.
Everybody brings everything to the local oven. It's normal that the aromas also go into the meal.
And listen, these aromas also went into some guy's bread. And so their bread's going to be a little bit different today.
You will say, smells like something I've not. What is this?
I gotta say, I'm blown away. And can I be super honest with you now that I like it? When I looked at it, I thought, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like that.
It's okay.
Well-
It's just a tiny, nice, lovely animal, you know?
Yeah, look, it's not the prettiest smell at the ball, but it tastes great.
You have diamonds, you know? How do you get them to be nice and shiny and lovely? You need to go inside, yeah?
When it comes to your influence on Moroccan cuisine, what do you want to achieve?
My duty is to preserve what everybody is cooking with knowledge. I'm keeping a culture as a flavor, memory, sensorial. That's it. I would love to have this country appreciate like any Asian country, like Mexico, like India. So my duty and my job and my feistiness is to let the things of this land and this country to be recognized in the world. That's it. I don't want anything else.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank you.
Hungry for more fun food videos? Join me at more Best Ever Food Review Show, the channel that's unfiltered, raw,
Cái đỉnh tăng sủng đâu.
Join Siap, Sip, Switch, and Fly. Get a chance to win a trip for two. Join now.
Welcome to the series where I attempt to survive in a random city around the world on only $20 a day. Today, we're in Saigon, also known as Ho Chi Minh City. This city of 9 million is known to be affordable, but how affordable is it? Today I will attempt to pay for breakfast, lunch, dinner, local transportation, and lodging, all for under $20. Can I do it? Let's find out. Behind me, a breakfast location serving something known as gum tam banh mi. Now these are two different iconic Vietnamese foods that evidently are fusing together at this location. Gum tam is broken rice. On the side it usually has a pork chop. It has egg, fish sauce, pickled daikon, and carrots. But here they say they are serving that inside a sandwich. This is something I have never heard of before. Right here you can see they're making some delicious beef patties over charcoal. It's hot, it's sizzling, it smells delicious. Soon that'll be going into our banh mi. Right here we have our mean banh mi maker. Let's do it. It all starts with the banh mi cut in half. The first thing she puts in there is pickled daikon and carrot and then cucumber. Homuleo. Thank you. Then she puts in some cilantro. From here, she put in pork skin and a bit of pork meat, something that you would find usually on a gum tam plate. From here, we have a beef patty. This right here is called shumai. It's a meatball with a salted egg inside of it. And then we have some scallion oil going on last. From here, she hits it with some hot chilies, and that is ready to go. Breakfast is served. $1.50 total for this right here. It looks glorious. Many of these are ingredients that you would see in a traditional plate of gum tam, except for the pork chop. For some reason, they replaced that protein with beef. I'm gonna start with this actually. That's just fried pork skin. This is one of the best things you could eat. I mean, not for your heart, but oh my god, for your soul. That's good. Now I will attempt to close the banh mi. It is a very crispy banh mi. All I taste is beef, sugar, and fish sauce. Incredible. As you go deeper into the banh mi, it's like getting deeper into a relationship. The banh mi is revealing more of itself to me. And no, it's not a lot of childhood trauma. It's pickled daikon and carrot, offering a little bit of sourness. It's super spicy chilies. And it's this pork skin, which has a little bit more crunchy, tough texture. Right here, coming up on the shumai. Oh, what? I thought it was a whole salted egg yolk. Very deceiving visually. that yolk. It is a little bit chalky, but it does have that nice, unique flavor that you can really only find with a salted egg yolk. Meanwhile, the pork makes up for any dryness because it is so juicy, fatty, and also full of fish sauce flavor. So far, we are 7.5% into our total budget for the day. We have a lot more to see and a lot more to do. From here, we're gonna head to a market. Let's move now and see what we find. Welcome to the market. Behind me, Cho Bad Chu. Cho means market. Bad Chu is Grandma Chu. Thank you, Grandma. Sweet market. I always say going to a market is one of the best ways to get to know a new country. You can see the spices, the seasonings, the types of meat, the ingredients of iconic recipes, all of it in its raw form, waiting to be made into something delicious. Let's go take a look and see what we can find. Okay, listen, there was a time in my life where I could have really used this for the back support. Should I shop for my wife here? Talk about Victoria's Secret. This is, Wynn's, well, it's definitely not a secret. Immediately as you enter, you can see a vast variety of tropical fruits. If you are a fruit lover, Vietnam is a fruit paradise. Also, motorbikes are allowed inside of here. Okay, a couple more things right here. Fresh tamarind still inside the husk. Tamarind is often used for delicious sauces here in Vietnam. Look, a dog. What the? What was that? So many of the dogs in Vietnam are so short. That was such a strange mix of breeds. Right here, we have loads of local Vietnamese snacks. Skip 7-Eleven, skip Family Mart, go to a place like this to get real local snacks. I'm talking so local, there's probably no FDA looking over what they're doing. First of all, when it comes to rice paper, nobody does rice paper better than Vietnam. They have it in bags, cut up portions of rice paper with different seasonings on top. Right here, little rice paper rolls. It looks like some delicious little joints, but in fact, instead of anything mind-altering on the inside, it looks like dry shrimp, flavorful. Meanwhile, we have different types of rice paper. This is a rice paper that's been dyed orange through the use of shrimp. This is a rice paper that's been dyed yellow through the use of cassava and salted egg yolk. Or maybe just eggs, we don't know for sure. Moving on. Alright folks, we have stumbled upon some jackfruit right here. This is one of my favorite fruits in Southeast Asia. These delicious pods are extracted from this right here. This is a giant jackfruit, and honestly, they can get up to, I would say, about 2 times bigger than this. You have to be very careful taking the jackfruit out because this thing is also full of disgusting, sticky latex. So the people who take it out, like this lady right here, an absolute pro. We've come to the ready-to-eat food section of the market. Here, tons of grilled meats. We've got pork, we've got spring rolls. It looks so delicious, and it smells even better. The problem is that today I have to be disappointed
Ulan siya guys.
with my money. Soon we're going to be having an amazing, affordable lunch, but for now, more market to it. Right here, I spotted some interesting ready-to-eat food that I've never seen before in Vietnam. I got my guy here, Sen Chao In. I do. Take a look. This right here, as I'm told, is sticky rice with green rice flakes. And then right here we have sticky rice, but coated with mung beans. They're put into these tiny bags, and evidently it's kind of a bit of a snack. You can walk around and eat it at the same time. I was going to order it, except for it doesn't fit within my budget. Are we enjoying this so far? The food show, where Sonny looks at the food, wishes he could eat it, and doesn't eat it. Right here you can see motorbikes pulling up to a food spot, grabbing lunch on the go, and then heading out to eat it on their own. Right here they're selling 2 things. 1, bun cut, and 2, bun sale. The bun sale is a sizzling pancake.
Bun
It's huge, and it's absolutely delicious.
Focus
I ate
mo
breakfast just a
tayo.
moment ago, and I'm already ready for more. But not this. So we have walked our way to the meat section of this market. There's so much energy out here, and there's so much food that you know is absolutely fresh, because all of these animals were most likely alive this morning. First of all, boom, chicken feet. Oh, next to it, a little bit of brains, probably 2 pig brains, or a really smart chicken. Oh my God, she's taking apart a foot right now. These pig feet are used for delicious soups in Vietnam. They get braised for days until they're soft and delicious. So there's all kinds of different pork cuts here. And then they have all the organs separated and organized into different containers. Then as you go down yonder, these are silkworm pupa. Given enough time, that silkworm pupa would become a silk moth. But instead, they are ripped from their cocoon, put there, and cooked into a meal. Is that blood cubes? Those would most likely be cut up into more manageable chunks and put into some kind of a soup, something like a bun bok hue. Delicious. My wife hates it. She always gives her blood cubes to me. It's a great, that's why our relationship works. Mainly that. So that is the market. There is a load to see here. I wish I could show you more, but we have to get to our next food destination. Coming up, lunch. All right, so to get a very good but still very affordable lunch, you got to walk through a little bit of construction. Oh, here it is. Mi ao han. So mi is noodle, but ao hen is a clam that's about this big. It's one of the smallest clams that you will find in Vietnam. Aside from being a very delicious and unique lunch, it's also very affordable. Let's go see how it's made, and then I'll tell you how much it costs. Right now, we're in the kitchen, and this place is a hive of activity. It's about 12:30 right now. Lunch is in full swing. They have a load of different special ingredients laid out, a lot of them seafood oriented. It all starts over here with a Vietnamese instant noodle. So he puts that in hot water to get it nice and soft, and then that heads into the bowl. We have Vietnamese coriander and morning glory going in, and then a load of those clams from here, tiny little octopuses. Then right here we have a load of razor clams. Shrimpies going in next, and then from here we've got a delicious red broth. Finally, a little bit of fried garlic. On the side, a little bit of tamarind sauce, and that is our lunch. Thank you. All right, folks, we have our second meal of the day. I want to start with the shrimp right here, but first let's talk about the price. This entire bowl right here is only $1.85. So far we've had breakfast and lunch, and we spent only just a little bit over $3. Incredible. Regarding the shrimp does take a little bit of technique. Let's try it out. Oh yeah. That's good. Classic bouncy shrimp. It's been warmed up because of this broth. The broth made of chicken stock, margarine, garlic, and cashew oil. Let's give that broth a little bit of a taste. Ooh, let's get some clams in there too. It is a very sweet broth, savory. You can taste the garlic, but that cashew oil has a certain delicious, sweet, savory flavor to it. It's really a flavor unique to Vietnamese seafood. Speaking of seafood, right here we have a razor clam. We're gonna wrap that around with some of these noodles. Oh my lord, it's so good. These noodles are indestructible. This bowl has been sitting here for like 6-7 minutes. They're not bloated like me on a Saturday morning, and they're just absolutely coated with that delicious flavor that's inside that broth. The razor clams have such a lovely texture. It's amazing that for this price, you don't just get some of those tiny clams, but you're getting a variety of seafood. Like this tiny baby octopus. Let's drown him in some tamarind. What am I doing? Throw it back. Crunchy, chewy at the same time. The tamarind sauce is a wonderful pairing. It's a thick, syrupy, sweet sauce, a little bit tart. Amazing. Cleanse the palate with a little bit of broth. Did you fall? This is what this place is really named after. Is these tiny little clams. Undeniable. If you check my wallet, so far you can see that we've not spent that much money today. But later we're going to be heading to our lodging. That is the hotel where I'm going to be sleeping tonight. Right now we're heading in that direction, and I'm about to jump on some local transportation. Let's move. You see, in the USA, we have Uber, but in Vietnam, they have Grab. And not only can you rent a car, but here you can also rent a bike. I think this is him right here. My chariot awaits. There's a law in Vietnam that you have to wear a helmet, so they always have an extra one. Pop it on. Helmet is secure. Nothing to do but grab this stranger around the waist and take off to our next location. All right, we are off. Now here's the thing. Our next location is about a 5-minute drive. It's very short, and the price is only about 55 cents. It is insanely affordable, and there's no better way to see the streets of Vietnam than on the back of a motorbike in traffic like this. Wild. I love it. Oh wow, there's some congestion here. I feel kind of bad for this guy. I weigh about 215 pounds. I can feel him struggling to navigate a little bit, but he'll survive. Right? All right. Oh wow. Somehow we have to get over to there. Okay. Okay, we have reached our destination. Thank you, sir. Come on in. All right. Oh, God, I almost took the helmet. There you go. Come on. Lunch was amazing, but I could use a little bit extra. We're going to stop right now for a snack across the street. Oh, my God. Is that a minion motorbike? It almost took my life. And we're crossing now. Boom. Right here we have shrimp toast. Xin chào. Xin chào cup. It starts with a batter. Probably it's some kind of a wheat flour. Inside this batter already, she has a load of shrimp. She adds some water, and she mixes the shrimpies about in that thick batter. From here we have a load of bread. The bread gets completely submerged within that batter. She pulls it out, and then she gently applies about, oh my God, that's a lot of shrimp. She fries it on one side for a couple of minutes, then she gives it a little bit of a flip, and then it's finished. Each one only about 37 cents. 39 cents. Wow, inflation happening in real time. What's peculiar about this food is that the shrimp still have their tail, their body, their exoskeleton, their head. All of that is still on the shrimp. You eat everything. I'm gonna buy exactly one because that is what fits our budget and try it out. All right, folks, we're gonna try out our little bit of a snack here. It looks like the shrimp have been fossilized. It looks like this was dug up by an archaeologist. Let's give it a shot. Oh, that's lovely. I love it. Very heavy, super greasy. Oh man, but that batter has some seasoning on the inside. It's salty, it's savory, and then you get the flavor of that shrimp, a little seafoody and a little toasty too. Look at that. You just pull off a whole shrimp body, giant head, but it's crispy. I love it. Who knew? So that is a fun little snack after lunch. But from here, we are headed to our lodge for the night. I'm going to be staying at a hotel that costs about $10. What do you get for $10 in Vietnam? Let's go find out. I'm on my way to the hotel right now, and behind me, I see on the corner a bunch of old Vietnamese guys drinking beer, listening to traditional Vietnamese music. It looks amazing, but alas, we have no budget for such things. I could drink beer and sleep on the street, but let's go check out the hotel first. This smells like the type of hotel where you can also pay by the hour. Tia, have you ever stayed in a hotel like this? My camera guy is lying. Fun lie. Alright, let's head in. Alright, we are going to the 4th floor. 4 floors, alright, we're basically in the penthouse. Here's what this place is. It's basically like a love hotel. But it's also still a very affordable hotel. A normal person who is not doing anything with any other person can still come here to sleep. So, let's take a look. Although you might be hearing some pounding from the other room next to you. Hi, here it is, 401. So we gotta pop this in to turn on the electricity. This is what you get for $10 in Vietnam. Not bad. Room with a view. Whoosh. Oh, even a balcony? Look at that, a place where you can come, think about life, smoke cigarettes, and ponder the mistake you made with whoever you brought to this room. I love it. All right, let's see what's inside. Let's talk amenities. There's no gym, there's no breakfast, there's no food. There might be some soda and water downstairs that you could buy. Right here, footwear with the toes cut off. Very cool. Right here, the bathroom. It's got a hot shower, got plenty of soap. What else do you need? Inside, we have a wardrobe here. There's actually a refrigerator. That's nice. And it actually works. The bed. Not the softest bed, it is just a straight foam mattress, but it will do. Right here, entertainment, a fan, air conditioning, a little bit of art for inspiration, and then you have this, a little spot to sit down, drink. What else would you do here? Just drink. Here's what I like about this place. It is safe, it's clean, it smells good. For me, good enough. So this is my home for the night. I'm gonna stay here, get settled in, and in a few hours, we're gonna head out for the final meal of the day, dinner. After getting this hotel room, we only have a little bit of budget left, so I'm gonna have to use my money wisely. All right, folks, there is one thing left to do today with our remaining money. We've got about $5, and that is gonna buy us a pretty sweet dinner. Behind me, street food known as bonsale. Let's go see how they make it. This is awesome. We have 4 cast iron skillets right here. This is where they're making the bonsale, the sizzling pancake. Right here you can see a big bucket of batter. That bucket is full of rice flour batter. There's a little bit of turmeric in there too to turn everything kind of yellowy. And then she puts in some pork, she puts in some shrimp, and she puts in some bean sprouts. Plus tons and tons of oil. That is what makes it really crunchy. After kind of sizzling and frying in there for about 5 minutes, she turns it over and takes it out. That is the main thing that we're after today. But they also have a food known as bolalot. The bolalot is beef wrapped in the lalot leaf. Right here you can see the version before it's been cooked. Then they bring it here to the grill, and when it's finally done, it looks like a green cigar. So I'm gonna order up my food, and if I have some money left over, I'm gonna get a drink too.
Expect a blast with V-Cut. An explosion of flavors and that awesome vegan crunch. Whichever flavor you choose,